Hi, and welcome to episode 2 of the Ladywing Crafts podcast. My name is Zakia, and you can find me on Instagram and Ravelry at Ladywing Designs. And if you feel the need to email me for anything, you can email me at ladywingdesigns@gmail.com. Hi, everyone. How are y'all doing? It's been a hectic 2 weeks here. I am so glad to be back in front of the camera, surprisingly, because I have a lot to show you guys. Just a little bit of admin. I started the Ravelry group for you guys, so head over there. It's the Ladywing Crafts podcast on Ravelry. If you go to the group tab at the top, you can search for it and find us there. There is an intro thread, so feel free to introduce yourself, get to know everyone. There is a book thread, so if you're a reader or if you like to listen to audiobooks, feel free to let us know what you're listening to, how you're liking it. If you want to maybe suggest books that you've read in the past that you really like, or if you have a favorite genre, because it's hard for you to choose a favorite book like it is for me, feel free to pop it over there in that thread. Show notes will also be found in the group with all of the links on Ravelry to the yarn and to the patterns that I talk about. Yeah, so just head over there. Oh, and there's also a tab to let us know what you're crafting. So what are you working on? It can be knitting, obviously, or it can be crochet, sewing, anything. Whatever your craft is, even maybe it's just journaling, and maybe you just like watching knitting podcasts. But whatever it is that you're working on that you want to tell us about, or that'll probably turn into a general chatter thread as well. So head over to the group, join, and I look forward to meeting you guys. So, oh, I also really wanted to, my show notes are down here, by the way, that's what I'm looking at if I look down. But I really wanted to say thank you to everyone that has subscribed on YouTube, that has followed me on Instagram, or there were a couple of you that even went and found me on Ravelry, so thank you. Yeah, just thank you so much, guys. That means so much. I'm glad you're all enjoying the episode, and I love reading your comments on them. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. I love, love, love that you guys are enjoying it. So yeah, and thank you to, there were a couple podcasters who I cannot remember right now. But I know that I've replied to you all already and told you thank you for mentioning me on your podcast. So if any of you new followers or subscribers are coming from them, hi and welcome. Oh yeah, and welcome back to any returning viewers from the first episode as well. Wow, that's a lot to remember for the beginning of the episode. Oh, and the last thing that I have forgotten, this sweater is kind of itchy. Okay, sorry. But also, today is Friday. Today is Friday, not Thursday. It's Friday, November the 10th, 2017. So yeah, let's get started. So I have 4 finished objects. It's been 2 weeks, and there have been a lot of things on and off my needles lately. So let's get started with my Wonderland Socks, and this is a pattern by Tabby of the Hey Sister podcast, and I love this pattern. It's super simple, like I was saying last time. It's just a really good pattern to have kind of in your head for if you have just like the dire need to do a very basic sock. It's something that'll keep your attention for sure, but it's really close to a vanilla sock, so I love it. And then it is also really good with variegated yarns, as you can see. The stitch pattern is still really pretty. It's still just as great as a vanilla sock. It lets the yarn do all the talking for itself. So it was really fun. It didn't take me long to knit these at all. If you don't include the like 3 or 4 weeks that they were sitting on my end table, because I just didn't touch them. But, oh, and this was also the first time that I did Afterthought heels, which you will have seen already if you follow me on Instagram. I posted some photos on there, but I love this. I really thought that I would be super nervous about cutting into my work, because I did not do forethought heels where you put in the waste yarn. I was just like, I'm gonna learn how to cut how to cut into my sock and put in this heel, but just like everyone says, it really is fun, so I enjoyed it. And you can see I did the same thing on the second one as well. And they turned out really great. So this purple yarn, the main yarn, is Woolen Boon in their Boon Classic base, which is 100% superwash merino nylon. Wow. It's 100%. Oh, it's going to be one of those days, guys. Bear with me. Okay. Boon Classic base is 100% superwash merino. And this purple is the giant Jawbreaker colorway. And the yellow is the same company, same base, in the super cool Party Pupil colorway. And I used 1.5 millimeter needles, which is a US 000, because I knit really loosely. So here are these. I love them so much. I totally recommend that pattern. Like I said, really easy, and it's great. It's almost a vanilla pair of socks. Okay, so moving right along, my next finished object is a second Mermaid's Tadpole cowl, and this is a pattern by Lena Mathisson. Again, if you follow me on Instagram, when she released the pattern, I posted it on my page as well. So it's there to see her talk about it a little bit. But I love this. The first one that I knit that I showed the last time was for the test knit of the pattern before it got released. And this is the second one that I did just because I love this pattern so much. It's super quick, and when you're done, you have a great cowl to wear. It takes zero time, and changing the stitch patterns every few inches is super helpful. It keeps your attention, but they're really easy and short repeats, so you can memorize it and just knit away. And this yarn, okay, you can't see them too well, but it's a very pretty blue yarn, very much reminds me of water. Yeah, you can't see them too well, but there are purple speckles on this yarn as well. Kind of all of those dark spots that you're seeing, like here's one right in here, and there's another, they're just kind of all over, and it's super pretty. I love that it's not very speckled because it allows you to actually knit something like this that's super textural, and the yarn doesn't get in the way of that. But the yarn is the Lofty Loops, which is an Etsy shop, and this is the Mermaid Lagoon colorway. This is the sock base, I believe. Yes, this is the sock base, and it's 80/20 superwash merino nylon blend. So I love this. I'm really glad that I knit a second one. I thought at first that I was going to give this one to one of my friends because they said they really liked it, but I just love this colorway too much to give it away. And this is how much yarn I had left over from this one, which was pretty interesting because I use the same exact needle sizes, US 4 and 5 size needles that I used on the first one, but I used 60 less yards with this one, and I'm not sure, maybe I was knitting just a little bit tighter, but they're pretty close to the same size, so I don't know, but I'm also not complaining because now I have some to use for maybe some heels on another sock pattern. Okay, and next, moving right along to my third FO, which is the Sockhead Slouch Hat by Kelly McClure. It's a free pattern on Ravelry. Super popular. Almost everyone has knit one at some point. Sorry about that. My node is my node. My nose is itching just a little bit, but I'm not picking my nose, guys. But yeah, so this is the Sockhead hat by McClure. And I love this yarn also. This is Lavender Lune Yarn Company, which is an Etsy shop. And this is the 7525 Superwash Merino Nylon base in Young Buck Rising. And there it is a little better. That's truer to color. And I love this. It looks a little more neutral and muted on camera, and it's not terribly muted or anything, but to me this is still just a really neutral colorway to wear, you know, just with something simple. And I like holding it this way. I did the German twisted cast on. This is only the third time I've ever done it. The first time I'd ever done it was for this pattern, and I loved it. Just the idea of it. It's kind of a spin-off of the longtail cast on, and it's super stretchy. And I just love the way it pulls in. It always snaps back into position. Yeah, so that's what I was kind of showing there in the ribbing. Everyone always kind of complained about the 4 inches of ribbing on this pattern, and I totally get it. I totally get it. By the time that I was maybe like here and my ribbing, it was like, okay, I'm done. Like I just want to be able to knit in the round forever. So I totally get it now why people were saying that. But overall, it was still a great knit. And I do love the long brim, so that you can fold it up. You know, like fold it up some on your head, and it's super warm and cozy. I haven't worn it out yet, but you know, of course I tried it on after I finished it, and it was great. So, okay, what else did I want to say about that? Yeah, I think I said everything. Oh, my needles. I used US 1.5 needles, which is 2.5 millimeters. So that went by really quickly. Yeah, I just love it. And this is the yarn that I had left over. It's a pretty decent amount of yarn. I can't remember how many grams, but it's on my Ravelry page. I keep my project pages really up to date. That way I can go back and see modifications that I've done. Now you guys can go see what changes I made. So yeah, head over there if you'd like to see it. Okay, I'm so sorry. My hands are like in my hair and on my face. And sorry guys, it's one of those days. Okay, so fourth FO and last FO for this episode is another pair of socks, and these are harder to see, I feel like, than the other ones. I really need to buy some sock blockers, but these are just some plain vanilla socks, just stockinette round and round and round. And I want to say that the yarn is Trekking XXL. I feel like that's what they are, but I cannot find the tag right now. So maybe I'll be able to confirm that later. Maybe I'll go find the tag, but these are the socks, and like I said, just plain vanilla the whole way. So I knit these because I wanted to see if, so for my Wonderland socks, these fit me really well, but when I had them on, maybe after a couple of minutes, the heel, like I would play, when I put it on, it would be great, and this would be right, you know, like in that corner of my heel, and it was awesome, and then it would kind of like slide this way, and like they still fit great, but you know, I want the heel on my heel and not coming and sliding down a little under my foot. So I said I was gonna knit this pair of socks and just do plain vanilla, because I didn't know if maybe it was because of the slip stitches on those socks. So I said I was just gonna do a plain pattern and do afterthought heels again. and I'm not sure yet if that fixed the problem, if maybe the stitch pattern was the problem, because when I wanted to try these on, my feet were swollen, so, and I didn't want to mess up my socks, so I haven't tried these on again yet. But they're really cozy. This feels like really good, like, workhorse yarn, yarn that's just gonna last and wear really well. So I'm sure that these will get a lot of wear this winter. Even though they look more like spring socks, they're very bright and cheery. But I love that. I just kind of needed that over the last 2 weeks. And these I also used a US 1.5, a US 000, which is a 1.5 millimeter needle. So those are done. Oh, and here's the yarn. Just really bright and cheery striping pattern. So those are all the FOs. So let's move right along to some works in progress. And I'll go ahead and mention now that I have not touched my Oracle. I did 1 round on it in the last 2 weeks, and I haven't touched it because 1 round is over 1,000 stitches, and by the time I get done with, I finished that 1 round, I sat down and I was like, I'm gonna knit on my Oracle today, and so I'm knitting, and then I was like, okay, I'm tired, and I was like, oh, I've only knit 1 round. So it will get done. The goal is that it has to be done, ends woven in and blocked, and fancy pictures taken by the end of the month. So we'll see how that's going. But for right now, I have been obsessed with, yes, you guessed it, my birthday sweater. Because, guys, I started this, today is the 10th. I started this literally a week ago. If you count when I actually cast on for the project, I started on the 3rd, which was a week ago. But I actually did the swatch on the 2nd, which is when I start counting it on Ravelry as I started the page, but details. It's been a week, and oh my gosh, I love it. So let me hold it up here. Here it is. And again, just like, okay, hold on. I'm going to let you guys look, and then I'll talk so that I can cover my face. So, yay! I'm so excited about this. This has been the only thing that I've knit on since I cast it on, pretty much. But I'm not complaining about that. So, this is the Keep Smiling pattern by Annamaria Otvos. And I'll pop that in the down bar for you. But I love this pattern so much. It's literally just stockinette in the round. It's a fully covered stockinette pattern, which was one of the reasons why I really wanted to make it, because I knew that I would want to take it places to work on, or just sit here on the couch and just watch TV and knit on. And I can knit without looking, and stockinette, especially in the round, is just really mindless. I can knit without looking, and I don't have to really think about it at all. So I knew that that would be a real benefit, because I am doing this for NaNoSueMo, which is National Knit a Sweater Month. And there will be a link to that group, because it's a group on Ravelry that you can go join and participate in, or just cheer people on. So I'm knitting it for that, and because my birthday is in 2 weeks, 2 weeks from Sunday, from this upcoming Sunday, and it's definitely going to be done before then, guys. I've already actually kind of planned to maybe start a second sweater for NaNoSueMo and see how far I can get in that one. So yeah, here's the front. I've finished, well, I'm almost finished with the body. I have split for the hem. There's a split hem. And I'm still debating on if I want to make the back longer than the front. And if I do, it says you knit, after you split for the hem, You're supposed to knit the hem for, I think, 4 inches, or a little over 4 inches, and I might knit it to maybe 4.5 or 5 inches on the back, and then just do the 4 inches that you're supposed to do on the front. So it's kind of a high-low. But yes, this is my sweater. And here's the back, so you can kind of see how this, I actually really love the back. I almost wish that it was the front, which I suppose I could make it the front. I'm pretty sure that there isn't anything that's off about the front or the back, so maybe this will end up becoming the front, just because as you can kind of see the speckles they look like they're a little more spread out than this front, and that's what this little pumpkin is for. It's marking the front. So I don't know, they both look pretty good, so I might just leave it the way the pattern is written. And here is my little pumpkin, stay still, my little pumpkin progress keeper from Cabinet of Curios, which is an Etsy shop. And this yarn is, well, I guess I could have held it up there. The yarn is Wee Chickadee Woolery in the Smooshy sock base, and the song is Willow Song, or the colorway, wow, the colorway is Willow Song. And if you saw my post that I put up earlier about me knitting on it while I was waiting for maintenance to come by, that's a little bit of a better, or it is a better picture of it, because it's getting a little blown out here. But I just love, love, love the speckles that are in this so much. This yarn is really just making me so happy, and I'm really excited to have this sweater. And I'm knitting this on US size 3s, which is 3.25 millimeters. So yeah, so probably the next time I podcast, this will be done, more than likely, because I'm not sure that I'm gonna block it. If the hems need blocking, maybe I'll probably do those. But I probably will not, and even those I won't block them. It'll just be spreading them and then laying it out so they can like lie flat if they are still curling a little bit. But I'm enjoying that knit so much, and it's almost done after 1 week. Like, guys, what is that? So the other whip that I wanted to mention, oh, I have another whip. Okay, I'll do this one first, because it's over there. It's in the pile with all the acquisitions, because I don't know how I got over there, but anyway. So I never have shown this to anyone besides my parents, and there is no picture of it on Ravelry, but there's a project page, and it is my Cozy Memories blanket. So it's gonna be, I'm gonna have to show it to you a little differently than most people do, because of the way that I'm working it. So this is, this bottom corner, this one right here. I can't really turn it all that well to show you how it's actually working up. But this is the very first square that I did, and this is actually the length. I'm pulling it sideways just because it's a little easier. Yeah, it's easier than kind of, oh wait, nope, I got it. I got it. So this very first, I thought that I was going to work in strips, but I have actually decided against that after seeing how Sue of the Legacy Knits podcast works hers. And so these are all the squares that I worked for the first strip. Yeah, so these are all the first squares for the length of the bed, like the direction that you sleep on and that you lay your body for that side, for that direction of the bed. I'm calling it the length. And then I decided, so I was going to do strips and just, work the next strip up next to this, but I thought, I don't want to do that. I don't want to have to cast on, every time I start a new strip. I want to be able to just pick up stitches and start the square and, fill in the middle. So after I finished that first column, I went back down to that first square, the beige one, or the neutral square, and I am now working across the, like across the bottom of the bed. And after I finish this row, then I'm going to, like, I'll just have to, you know, pick up stitches and fill it in from now on, which will be awesome. I won't have to worry about picking up stitches and having, or casting on stitches and having to knit back across them, which can be kind of fiddly. So I'm really excited about that. And I won't go through and tell you what all of them are, because there are some like these that I won't know the colorways of, because they're just some minis that I bought at a yarn shop. There's squares like this one where I have some 5-gram minis that I ordered. My squares take 7 to 8 grams, so those aren't really the best because my squares are kind of big. But I have some 5-gram minis that I ordered, and they won't make it the whole way. So there's like squares that have 2 colors in them. So I'm just not gonna go through. I'll probably never will go through and tell you what each color is. But you know, it's still really nice to look at. And I know what they are, where I got them from, but you know, that might not mean all that much to you guys. But I am using US size 2. I think it's a US size 2. It's a 2.75 millimeter to do this. And I don't know why I did that because I originally added stitches I do an odd number because, well, where's a good one to show you? I do an odd number of stitches to cast on because I wanted to do the center double decrease instead of like the SSK and the knit 2 together right next to each other. I just like that single thin line. So I have an odd number of stitches, and I added a few more than whatever podcast I was watching at the time when I started it. I added a couple more stitches than they did, so I'm at 55, but I don't know why I did that or why I didn't buy a smaller needle. I think generally I would have rather to do less stitches because I'm already a loose knitter, and so doing 55 stitches on a 2.75 millimeter needle is insane. I'm fine with the square size that I'm getting, but it would have been nice to have more of a long-term project, which it still will be, but you know, it could have taken a little longer. But yeah, so because I've already decided the way of construction that I'm going for, I already know, because I use this long side that's already done to measure across the bottom of the bed to figure out how much I wanted to do. And that was 11 squares, I'm pretty sure I counted, so 11 of these. Which means that total it will be 143 squares. So that really won't take that long. And I'm actually thinking about starting a second one whenever I finish this one, because this one will be from my bed, and so maybe I'll do another one for the living room, or just another one to do another one, because they're really fun and it's a good way to use scraps. But I said for the next one I'm going to do a smaller needle and probably less stitches. But yeah, so there's that. I am in love with it. It's a really quick project, and it's good for when you just want to finish this one tiny little thing. You know, you can just pick it up, grab a scrap, do a blanket square, and you're done. So hopefully I'll get to work on it some more because it's starting to get chilly here for real in Alabama. So maybe. And I think that's it for whips. So let's move on to Craving It. And I do have one thing. I thought I wasn't actually like wanting to knit anything. You see I'm like sneakily trying to keep it out of the camera's view. But I actually have had this set aside. I didn't think about this the last time. But I've had this set aside since I ordered this yarn and realized that it all looked good together. So let me show you. This is going to be a breathing space sweater, which is a pattern by Vera Valimaki. And oh my gosh, this looks so good together. Oh my gosh, I actually like holding it up the other way just because more of the colors on the other ends. Well, okay, it's not gonna work out right, but anyway. So yeah, this is what I'm gonna make a breathing space out of. I have enough of these two skeins for the main color, and this will be the contrasting stripes. So let me show you my yarn. These are both the same thing. It is Old Soul Fiber Co. And this is the Soul Classic base, which is 75/25 Superwash Merino Nylon Blend. And this is the Apple Orchard colorway. And it's coming up pretty true to color on there. And of course it's hand dyed, so I'm going to end up having to alternate skeins, which is what I was supposed to mention about my sweater as well. I am alternating skeins on that, which is actually kind of fun, especially when I was working in the round, because it's just knitting, but you kind of have that little peak of interest because it's like, okay, switch yarns. Yeah, so kind of looking forward to doing that on this one too. I think it'll get a little crazy once I add in the contrast color, and I'll probably hate it then, but it's all worth it. But I do love this. I ordered this from Old Soul Fiber Company actually for a Tegna, which is a pattern by Caitlin Hunter of Boylan Knits. That's actually what I got these two skeins for, because I was like, oh, this would be really pretty. But when it got here and I like really thought about it, I mean, I even like bought the pattern and I was ready to knit this. But when I really thought about it, I was like, I don't know if I want the lace in a variegated or like in a speckled, whatever this kind of turns out to be. So I said I'll find something else to do with it. And then along came this color. So this is Cascade Heritage Yarns. This is the sock yarn, and it's 75% superwash merino and 25% nylon. And the colorway is Pumpkin, by more of like a common name, but in case you can't find that, it is color 5646. And so this is really pretty. That's truer to color. But yeah, I love this. This is super pretty. I actually ordered this along with a darker color, a darker orange that I think is called Cinnamon. It's the same yarn, and I think it's the Cinnamon colorway because I was trying to see which of these would look better in another whip. I have a Find Your Fade that I've started, and eventually I'll show that to you guys, maybe whenever I pick it back up. But I ordered both of them to see which one, this one or Cinnamon, which is darker, would be better in the fade lineup where I wanted it to go. And this one didn't work out, but I sat it aside and I was like, maybe it'll be socks, or, you know, it can go in some other pattern. And then I just happened to put it next to these, and oh my gosh, guys, this looks amazing next to each other. Oh, that's really true to color there. So I'm really, really, really excited to start this. So this is going to be the second sweater that I do for Nana Swaymo. If I feel like starting another sweater, we'll have to see, because I keep having to remind myself, like, yes, you're almost done with the body on your Keep Smiling, but there's still sleeves. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, so that's it for kind of what I've been knitting on, what I've been dream knitting about. So let's get into some retail therapy. Oh, okay, so actually, before we get into what I've been buying, I also, I can't even repeat that because it was so insanely ridiculous. But I've also really been wanting to work on a Bindi Arrow shawl, which is by Charlotte Bory. And I'm sure you've all seen the pattern in Udinato, where it's really great. It's an asymmetrical triangle shawl. It's 2 colors and fingering weight, and it's so pretty. Oh my gosh. All of the different color combinations you can have, that's super exciting. And I actually have really been wanting to make that because I'm binge watching old episodes of the Cozy Up with the Stitchin' Sisters podcast with Katie, Jamie, and Sarah. They're 4 sisters, but Christina isn't in her, so she doesn't. She pops up a couple times, but not to really show off any knitting. But anyway, they're a great podcast to look them up as well. But yeah, so they've been making me want to cast on a Bindi Arrow, because the episodes I'm watching now are the episodes where everyone in their family is knitting a Bindi Arrow. Like, one of them knits a shawl pattern and they love it, and then it catches on. Because 3 of the sisters knit, their mom knits, one of their aunts knits. It's pretty great to have kind of a family tradition like that. But yeah, so Bindi Arrow by Charlotte Bory is gonna be on my needles soon. I've already got one color figured out. I'm just trying to figure out what the other color is. So maybe you guys will see that in the next couple weeks, or maybe at least before the year is over. Maybe, possibly. Another aside, because I remembered as I was shifting things around and getting acquisitions ready, I remembered I said I was going to show you guys the other whip that was with them. So it is in a project bag that I got in Nashville at Bliss Yarns, which is the yarn shop, Bliss Yarns. And I love this bag. It's a really great bag to have. It is a Nested Designs bag. And here's the tag. With a little bird and its eggs. I guess it's a robin because they're blue eggs. But in this bag, I'm holding my first Hermione's Everyday Sock, which is a free pattern on Ravelry by Erica Lueder. And she has other Harry Potter inspired ones. I think there's Devil Snare socks, and there's one for Neville, I think, as well. But yeah, so this is the sock so far, and I'm loving this pattern so much. It's super simple, easy to memorize, and it just whips by. No pun intended, as this is a whip. But anyway, so I'm loving this pattern so far. It's really great. And the needles are again 000 US 000 1.5 millimeter, and the yarn is Rain's Obsessive Stitchery in her Fred sock base, and this is the Sincala colorway. That's a little truer to color there. It matches the pillows really well, or goes with them really well, because they're not exactly the same color. But yeah, I am loving this pattern. So I actually just started these because I needed something to work on while I was at work one day. And I said, sure, let's get some socks and let's choose a really quick pattern, because I didn't want to do another pair of vanilla socks, but socks are small and I knew that I would be able to memorize this pattern really quickly. And actually I can show you this because it's a free pattern. But so I do not knit socks. Wow, that was close. I do not knit socks cuff down. I knit them toe up always, and that's the way that I taught myself from a book, and I refuse to do them cuff down. I even looked up a YouTube video on how to do the heel, because that's the part that scares me, and no, unless maybe if I did now that I know how to do afterthought heels, yes, or maybe if I like the Fish Lips Kiss heel, because I'm gonna try that one. Maybe if I like that, I'll start doing them cuff down. But I do not want to do a heel flapping gusset cuff down. That just scares me. So no. But anyway, so the Hermione's Everyday Sock pattern is cuff down, and since I knit toe up, what I like to do, and I knit Mercury socks before as well, and this is what I did for them. So I take the chart that they have. So if you look on the pattern, this is how the chart looks. And I take the pattern, I look it up on my laptop, and I just turn my laptop upside down, and then I copy the chart that way. So then it is toe up. And I could just take the chart and actually work it the way that it's like presented in the pattern, and it would probably look fine. Everyone would probably still be able to tell what pattern it is. But there's just something about, to me, like, I want it the exact way that it looks in the pattern. Like, even if I flipped it in, like, it would be the same thing, but I want it the exact direction that it is in the pattern. So that's what I do. And then I usually go back and I'll take a picture of that and, like, put it on one of the pictures of my Ravelry page, so it's there for you guys to see. But yeah, so that's that whip. And I've actually, I'm gonna set this over here. I've actually gotten all of my retail therapy up here. So let's have a look at everything I've been buying, because this is insane, guys. This is really insane. Okay, so this is not in order whatsoever of, I've actually got the best three things, like, sitting together to do them last. So, which all of them are great, don't get me wrong. But my absolute favorites are sitting over there waiting. But anyway, so let's get started. So, first, I got some project bags. So I was on Instagram, as one usually is before they are, I don't even know a good word. My brain just went blank. Before they are caught in the nets of buying all the glorious things. I saw this beautiful bag on Instagram, and her name is at Aggie DeCarlo Knits on Instagram, and I'll pop it down here on the screen. But oh my gosh, anyone who knows me, my favorite season is fall, because I am a turkey baby. Thanksgiving. And for anyone who's never heard that before, that's what I mean when I say turkey baby. But yeah, so I saw this and I said, oh my gosh, I must have this, because it's so beautiful. And so I got this. I love it. Beautiful fall leaves on the outside with just, you know, words that really make you think about fall and about Thanksgiving. Be grateful, falling leaves, family. And so I just love this. And it's the same thing on the back. And the inside is just some nice contrast fabric. Little gold polka dots on some orange. And it's a zipper bag, because I absolutely love a zipper bag. It's got a handle, and here is her tag, Aggie's Bags. And she's actually Aggie Pearls by the Shore on Etsy. And again, it'll probably have already popped up on the bottom of the screen, but that's her tag and little handle. And it comes with a little progress keeper, or a dingle dop, as they call them on Cozying Up with the Stitching Sisters. That episode is hilarious. If you guys really just need a good laugh, I think it's the episode called The One with the Code Word. It's so funny. But yeah, that's what they call them, is dingle dops. That's what I started to say instead of progress keeper. But yeah, so it comes with a little jack-o'-lantern progress keeper. Almost did it again. Dingle dop. But anyway, I love this. I haven't used it yet, but now that I've shown it, it'll probably have a project in it soon anyway, because I've been casting on, or wanting to cast on a lot of things lately. And then while I was at her shop, I always do that. I'll find someone and I'll say, oh, I really like that. Or, you know, I've never heard of them, and I'll go to their Etsy shop and just, you know, favorite them, look at what they offer. Oh my gosh. So anyone who knows me already knows how excited I am. So, I saw this Harry Potter bag. Oh my gosh, guys, first 10 years of my life was Harry Potter obsessed. But so I saw this, and it's based off of Order of the Phoenix, with Dumbledore's army, like it says there. And so I love this so much. I love this, just like black and white bag. I love that. I usually don't like white bags because they get dirty really easy, but I love this one. And it's just got the same fabric on the handle. Again, there's our little tag, and the inside, again, is just polka dots. Oh, and this one has a couple pockets in it right here. I can't remember if this one has pockets. Oh, excuse me. No, this one does not have pockets. And this one is a larger size though, but so you can, you know, it'll be fine and easy to kind of sit stuff on the bottom anyway. But this one does have 2 pockets, and I love this little strip of lime green on here. It's not the exact color on the screen, but it's lime green in person, and I love it so much. This is actually what I've been keeping my birthday sweater in, but a lot of the times when I'm here at my apartment, I have this sweater just sitting on the couch, and it's the weekend, so that's all I've been working on anyway today. But yeah, so this is what my sweater is in until it's done. And this little progress keeper, I think this is the front. It's just a tree. But you know, as a Harry Potter fan with a Harry Potter bag, I immediately went, oh, it's the Whomping Willow. So I love this. It's awesome. Yeah, so that is one of the first ones that I got. This actually was closer to the beginning of the 2-week period that you're kind of looking at for what got here. But yeah, so I love those bags. Okay, so the next thing, and I'm just going to kind of like move along because, guys, there's a lot. And you know that box that I posted on Instagram that's all from one company? Yeah, we still have to go through that. So I'm just going to, you know, try to move through this stuff, but I'll be sure to link everything in the show notes. So check down below for who it is. Check in the Ravelry group for some links. But yeah, so the next while is actually going to be kind of crinkle, so sorry in advance. But this is a bag of 10-gram minis, so approximately 40 yards each, of fingering weight yarn, and I'll show you this. It's from the Happy Scrappy Life Etsy shop, and it's the owner of the shop is the same person that leads the Sock Yarn Swappers group on Ravelry, and that's actually how I found her Etsy shop. Somehow I found that group on Ravelry, and it's awesome. They do swapless swaps, which is where you pay a certain amount of money for little minis from certain companies. They have different swapless swaps in there. Or because I just signed up for one with Felici, which I'm really excited about. Or they also will have kind of like your regular swaps, which is where like the members of the group, they send in minis to the moderator, whose name I can't remember. And then she like mixes up the minis and then sends them out to people, to the people that are participating, which I thought was pretty cool. But anyway, so I found her, I found that she had this Etsy shop, and I was like, oh cool, I'll go look. And she has grab bags, so when she has like extra yarn left over from different swaps, she has them on there where you can buy them. And I think it's the same price that I paid for one of the swapless swaps, so it's totally worth it. You know, it's the same kind of value, basically. So these are half of them, yeah. So here they are. This one's blowing out. Bright greens do not do good on this camera. Here it looks like more of a natural base with speckles on it, but it's actually, you can kind of see it a little better. It's actually more of like a light green base, like a muted lime green base, with those different color specks. But anyway, we're not going to talk about all of them. I really like this one. Here's a pink, which I'm going to try to use as fast as possible because pink is my least favorite color. And this one's purple. It's not showing up too well. I'm dropping them. And then here are the other 5. There are these. I love these so much. They're so pretty. Oh my gosh, this is beautiful. Oh gosh, I keep dropping them, guys. Okay, so yeah, I'm really excited to get to use these because if they're around 40 yards, they're 10 grams. Yeah, they're 10 grams each, approximately 40 yards. So I'm really excited. I bought these specifically for my Cozy Memories blanket. So that'll be really fun to put those in there. And then maybe whatever leftovers I have. I need to learn how to do like a magic ball. So I can do like a pair of Scrappy socks really easily. Okay. Do I want to do this next? It doesn't really matter. Okay, so next. This is actually this actually came yesterday. It came yesterday right before I was going to podcast, and then yeah, it just wasn't the right day to podcast, so I waited till today. But this is from somebody that I actually order from a lot, called Silly Sheep Designs, who is Wanda, and I'll put her information on screen. Again, another Etsy shop. So this is, and like I said, I order, usually, this is the first time I've ever ordered yarn from her. Oh my gosh, guys, look at that beautiful thing. This is the first time I've ever ordered yarn from her, though. Usually I just get her stitch markers and progress keepers, because I love those from her. But anyway, so here's her tag, and there's her little sheep in space. I love that. So this is the colorway Cornucopia in Space. The base is Serious Sparkle, and it's 70% superwash merino, 25% nylon, and 5% stellina. Ah, guys, you didn't see that. I'm dropping everything. But anyway, so here's her tag. Cornucopia in Space, and again, it's a fall colorway cornucopia, so Thanksgiving. And it's a sparkle. I was very surprised. This wasn't the only base she had it in, but I was very surprised that I actually chose the sparkle base. So here it is. Oh, and you can see that sparkles so well. But yeah, so here's the yarn, and oh my gosh, this bit of purplish pink right there, and all of this dark color like the leaves. I love this so much. So I said, I think I said when I bought it that I would love to use it for, oh, that's really true to color right there. But I think I said that I really wanted to do a Sockhead hat with it, and I said, sure, why not sparkles, because it's my favorite holiday anyway, but I don't know what I'll do with it yet. Sockhead hat would be good, though. This fits a lot of colors that I wear, but we'll see. Nothing set in stone yet, mostly because I just got it. And I really bought this more because it had to do with fall and Thanksgiving, and not because I had a project in mind. But that's the first thing that I ordered from her. And then she also, well, there are a couple more things that I actually bought. Okay, trying to separate things. Wow, still dropping stuff. But I also bought, like I said, I usually buy stitch markers and progress keepers from her. I think all of these are stitch markers. I'm starting to realize that I do buy progress keepers, and they're good for my socks. And like, now that I'm podcasting, I can kind of like use them to show where I was, like, you know, previous episodes on a project. But I don't know. I just like having the like ring stitch markers more, I think, to actually use them on my knitting. But I don't know why I took all these out, but one of the little sets that I got is these little bunnies. You can see there it's got little indentations for the eyes, and the little like crystals on them. So there's, I think, 5 of these. I don't know why I took them all out, so I'll drop one. But I got all of those because I thought they were cute. And then I also got these butterflies. And oh my gosh, I love, love, love these stitch markers. And I actually think that all of the butterflies are different. Yeah, they are. So all of these butterflies are different, which I also really love. There's that one. And here's the other one. I love these so much. So butterflies are my favorite animal, insect, like everything. As you can tell, Ladywing, that's where I got it from, because I love butterflies. So, yeah, so I got all of these from her, and I'm really excited to use these progress keepers. And then she also sent, I love so much that she usually, well, I'm pretty sure every time I have, I don't know if she does it all the time or not, but I got a little stitch marker, another extra little stitch marker, and here as a thank you, and it's another little jack-o'-lantern progress keeper, which is awesome. I love that everyone's still very festive. And then I love that she sends like these other little crafty goodies. Wow. Okay, this is a pumpkin. This is like the episode of Struggle, guys. And then she has this little good vibe stamp, and I love it. So, you know, it's all about the little details. And then I also got another thing of tea. So maybe sometime soon I'll try that. Yeah. And then this is her card. Yeah. So super excited about this purchase as well. Yeah, so like I said, it's the first time that I've ordered yarn from her. I knew she had it, but I hadn't ordered any before. But I'm really excited to work with this, see how it works out, and then I'll probably end up buying more yarn from her anyway, because I order from her a good bit, because I love her stitch markers. So, next, let's go to this yarn. Ooh, look, another pumpkin. A lot of the stuff I like look when I get it, and then I haven't looked at yet again. It's all been sitting in a stack to show you guys, so kind of like surprising myself all over again. But this is, and actually I'll show this. This is from Portobello Yarns, and this is their card. And this is the back. I'll try to move it so you can maybe see it with their contact info, and it might just be really blurry because, you know, bed quality. But I'll pop the info in the down bar. And it's I knit to purl to. That's what you should look up on Etsy if you want to find them, and that's also her Instagram and her Ravelry name as well. I knit the number 2 and then purl and the number 2. But yeah, so Portobello Yarns. And she also sent this little extra progress keeper. And it's also a pumpkin. I love this one because it has the little leaf on the side of it too. So that's super cute. And this is, I got 2 skeins from her. And this is one of the skeins that I got. Can you see it? Yeah, it's sparkle yarn, guys. Just last week I was saying I'd never really bought a lot of sparkle yarn, and now I'm just buying it all. So I don't know what's going on, but this is the Glitz sock yarn base, and it is the Monster Mash colorway. I'm super excited about this. So over, you can kind of see it, yeah. There's like this yellow, and then there's little green speckles, and this is purple, not blue. It's showing up more blue, but it's actually a purple, and like the black speckles. I'm so excited about this. Ooh, excuse me. I still don't know what this will be, but, you know, I'll figure it out. It'll go with something eventually. Actually, I don't know. Maybe it'll go with the other one that I got from her. I'm not sure. But this is the Supra sock yarn base, which is 75-25 superwash merino nylon. Most of my yarn that I buy is that base, unless somebody doesn't have it and it's an 80-20, I usually buy it. But this is the Bewitched colorway. It's really pretty. This is a gray with some red and purple speckles, and like a little bit of blank space here, which just like this bright gray, almost like the dye barely caught. I think that's so beautiful. Oh, I'm holding it out of screen. So I'm really excited about this. I think both of these were Halloween colorways. And there's no telling how I found her. Probably just another Instagram post that I ended up seeing, or someone led me to somehow. There's really no telling. I'm putting all of these back in the bag, but then when I'm done, I'm still going to have to take them back out of the bag because my yarn storage does not include bags. But anyway, oh well, more work for myself later, right? In addition to editing. But our next little treat. Oh, wow, I set this over here and then forgot. So the first shop that I showed, Aggie DeCarlo Knits, that's her Instagram name. She even had a little card in here. So this is her card. That's her business card there. And I just thought this was so sweet. So she wrote a little note, and just saying that she added in this little scrubby that she crocheted, and I love this so much. Yeah, so it's just, you know, a scrubby that you can use like doing the dishes. You know, just another little cute thing to have. So I'm super excited. I actually was gonna sit it over in my kitchen area, but I said no, I need to wait so I can remember to show it on the podcast, and it still almost didn't get shown. But yeah, I just thought that was so sweet. And here I am putting it back in here again, but I thought that was so sweet that she added something like that in there. It's, you know, those tiny things, like I said, that just make it so much better to receive this stuff. So this next package is also a newer, what was I about to say? Wow. It also like really just got here compared to some of this other stuff. But this is from the Woolen Homestead. And she also has a podcast called The Woolen Homestead, which I watch and I love. But yeah, so that's her business card. And okay, so I'll show this one first. I had really been wanting to get this colorway from her because I love it so much. This is Blueberry Crumb Cake. And oh my gosh, I love this. I'm so excited about this. So this is the Sturdy Sock base, which is another 75-25. And like I said, the colorway is Blueberry Crumb Cake. And yeah, it's just this really pretty blue with like these light and undyed sections, and it's got like little pops of green over in there. You can't see them too well, but it, you know, they're just the tiniest little pops of browns and greens in here. And oh, I'm so ready to knit with this. And then she also has had some Harry Potter colorways in her shop lately too, which is the easiest way to get me to buy anything, is put something Harry Potter on it. So I got this colorway, and it is Hogsmeade Holiday, again on her Sturdy Sock base, which is fingering. And yeah, I love this so much. It's very autumny. Autumnal. Autumnal is the word. It's very autumnal. It's got this beautiful gold base with these purples and the greens and like this little pop of orange red. It's just beautiful. So I'm really looking forward to this. And I was actually just looking at the clock. She's having a shop update in like 12 minutes. And there are actually some other colorways that I want to get. 2 of them, which are Harry Potter inspired. So maybe I'll have those to show within the next week. But I love this so much. These 2 colors I actually might even maybe do something with them together, because they look so great together to me. But again, that's the Woolen Homestead, and all of her yarn is really pretty. And they have free shipping to the US, so it's totally worth a look in their shop. Okay, so the next one is, excuse me, is something that I ordered off of yarn.com, which is Webs. And it is this. It's online super sock, extra fine merino. It's 420 meters, which is around 438 yards, somewhere around there. And it's a 75-25 virgin wool and 25% polyamide. Yeah, not all of this is written in English. Most of it isn't, so that's why I'm kind of struggling to read it. But this is just a really pretty gray colorway. It's showing up a little more blue. There's kind of some bluish grays in here, but it's really just gray, and a dark charcoal and like a really light gray. But I love this so much, and it's super soft. This is going to be a pair of socks for my boyfriend for Christmas. So I went ahead and got sock yarn for him, so whenever I get around to it, because he might not get them for Christmas, so whenever I get around to it, I have the yarn, and I'm ready to cast on. So that is what that will be for. That is the only reason that I have it. I did really good, and I got on Webs, and that was the only thing that I bought. So I'm really happy about that. So, ooh, I'm gonna do this one first. So crinkle, crinkle. Sorry. Okay. So this next one is from Hypnotic Yarn. This is, I love that little sheep. It's just so cute with the little hypnotized eyes on there. That's really cute. And this is Cheryl, who is the dyer behind it, and here's her information. And I love how she puts the definition of hypnotic right there. That's really cute. But yeah, so it's hypnoticyarn.com to check her out. And I haven't been saying a lot, but most of these are going to be from Etsy, because that's just where I buy a lot of my yarn. And this one I actually think was Etsy. Yeah. Yeah, I think I did get this one off of Etsy. But, you know, I'm sure you can go to hypnoticyarn.com and find it as well. And so this is the Treat Your Feet colorway, 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon. And the colorway is Creature Double Feature. So, probably one of her Halloween colorways. But it's very much like a neutral thing for me, so that's why I got it. And this is actually very true to color. It's got these really bright, almost undyed spaces with light grays and like a very beige color, and some speckles, and then it's also got this dark speckly goodness, just lovely. And here it is. So I'm really excited about this. I don't know what this will be, but whatever it will be, I want it to be something that is going to get a lot of use. So maybe a cowl or a hat, or I don't know, maybe I'll put it in a shawl, or maybe I'll make just like a one skein shawl. I don't know. There are only 400 yards, so probably not. It might be a part of another shawl. But I love this so much because it's just super neutral. And it can go with a lot of things. So I'm excited to get to work with that one as well. Okay, and then I showed her business card. And okay, so this Nomadic Yarns. That's all I have to say, right? Nomadic Yarns. She does a lot of Harry Potter colorways, and those are pretty much the ones that I really want from her. But I've never ordered from her. And so finally I was like, I'm doing this. And it took a while to get here because, you know, she does, most of hers dyed to order, but it's so worth it. It's so worth it. So this Harry Potter, of course, is the Mischief Managed colorway on her trusty sock base, which is another 75.25. And oh my good graciousness. This is amazing. I'm so excited to knit this. So, yeah, I'm thinking it'll be a pair of socks. More than like, what am I saying? It'll be a pair of socks. Because this is just amazing. So, I'm super excited. So, yeah, I really want to get started on this. I had to try to, like, tell myself not to mess with it. But yeah, so hopefully I'll be able to start this soon. Maybe after I finish my Hermione's Everyday Socks. Because, of course, if you cast off a pair of socks, you must cast on another pair. So this will probably be the next thing that I do. And then, yeah, so all that's left now is the 3 shops. Hold on. Okay, and that is what happens when you set alarms for shop updates and then forget that those shop updates are going to happen, and probably while you're podcasting. So yeah, I got to hear a little bit of my Bollywood that I wake up to every morning. Okay, so this greatness is the last 3 things that I got this past 2 weeks. As far as shops, it's more than 3 things. But I'm super excited, so let's show it. Okay, so the other day, if you follow me on Instagram, you saw that I met up with my good friend Melissa, who is at CurlyRX on Ravelry. Or, I meant to say on Instagram. She is that on Ravelry as well, but she's not as active on there. But, you know, go follow her. So we met up. We've been trying to meet up since August when I got back to school, and it just hasn't been working. But she had a lot of goodies to give me. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Melissa. Oh my goodness. So first off, she gave me a Harry Potter bag, guys, which is awesome. It's in the Ravenclaw colorways, which is great. We're both technically Ravenclaws, even though I tend to claim Slytherin a little more for reasons that I dictated in the last podcast. But yeah, so I got a good little bit of yarn from her. So this is a Zobber ball, and I'll have to like look up the info to put on the bottom of the screen here, because I've never had a Zobber ball before. Wow, dropping everything. But I've never had a Zobber ball before, so I'm super excited about this. And it's just again like a black, white, gray palette. But I love this. So maybe a pair of socks for me. Or maybe a pair for my, okay, see, I almost said for my mom, but I already know what she's getting for Christmas, which is what I'll talk about in a second. So this will probably be for me. And then she also, red is not really her color. So, well, I'll leave this on there. So she gave me a skein of Knit Picks Felici, which I'm super excited about. I'm thinking it's only 1 ball, but I'm thinking if I do toes, cuffs, and heels in another color, I could probably get 2 socks out of this. Because it's just 50 grams. So, and 1 sock usually, or yeah, well, actually, I don't know. 1 sock usually takes me, I think, around 30 grams. So yeah, if I do heels, tufts, and she just did this the other day and we laughed about it, and now she gets to laugh about me. If I do heels, toes, and cuffs, why is that so hard to say, like really fast? But if I switch those 3 things out with another color, I think I can get two socks out of this. And I love it. It's very summer. It's got like those summer, what is the name of this? Because I was about to say sunset. Yeah, that's why. Because the colorway name is Sunset, guys. It really looks like what it's supposed to look like there. I didn't even know the name of the colorway. And then she also, oh my gosh, guys, again with the Harry Potter, she got me a little Sucre miniature. Not sure if you can read that. But it says, "Happy birthday, Harry." Basically, if you've seen the first Harry Potter and or read the book, the cake that Hagrid gets Harry, which I think is awesome because we never even like talked about it or anything. Like I just looked at it and started laughing and said, "Oh yay!" Like thank you. Power of Harry Potter, guys. So she got me that, or she gave me that. This is stuff that she already had, and then, oh my gosh, guys, she gave me so many minis, so many minis. That's fun to say. So I'm really excited because most of I kind of weighed like a couple of these, 2 or 3 of these, and they seem to all be around 10 grams, which is awesome because that's a little over how much it takes for 1 square of my Cozy Memories blanket. And most of these she could tell me the name of, but, and you know, I oohed and awed because some of these people I've never had their yarn, but I don't remember a lot of them, and I'm not going to try to remember to tell you guys, so yeah, so here are the minis. I do know that this one is a Lolo Did It, but I can't remember. Maybe this one is as well. Also can't remember, but you know, here are these. She has some of them balled up. She has some of them in little actual mini skeins, which are adorable. So here are 2 more, and I love this one. It's just a bunch of purples and like some greeny like chartreuse color over in there. I love it. And this one again, like I'm not really a neutral person with few speckles. I really don't necessarily like to buy those. So you can kind of see like right here, it has little speckles. It's blowing out a lot, but it's just like a really creamy base with some colored speckles over in it. So that'll be exciting. And then, like I said, some of them she actually skeined up. And this one is like the other one. It's like a bright pink base with some speckles, some different color speckles over in it. But there are these. And then there are these as well. And I love this. This is, I can't remember what she thought this one was, but this yellow one, I'm going to put these back in here. It's a lot to hold. But this one is Hue Loco in Fool's Gold, which I'm so excited about because I love this colorway. I always have, and I've never gotten any of it. So this is going to be great. I'm going to love putting this in my Cozy Memories blanket. And then, so the last thing that she brought me, again with the Harry Potter, guys, this is like the Harry Potter episode. But she gave me, I think she said this is about 30 grams of Hogwarts House colorway. And I don't remember the exact name of it, but this is the Jinx yarn version. And oh my gosh, I'm so excited. And for those who ask, who know and who ask, this is Ravenclaw where it's brown, not the gray, like it is in the books. So I'm super excited to knit with this. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so I'm so excited to put this in my blanket. It's definitely going to go on the blanket first, and then I have to figure out what I'm going to do with it after that, because I don't know yet. It has to be used on something amazing. Or maybe I'll just like take it and like knit like a little swatch out of it. That would be awesome. And like just frame it and hang it somewhere, because eventually I do want to have kind of like a Harry Potter section in my apartment, because my parents are going to let me have the books and the movies from home. And yeah, it's going to be great. So maybe it can go there. Maybe I'll knit a swatch and put it there. Okay, so next is from a company. Is this her card? Yeah. So the company name is Rita Mae Yarns, and the dyer's name is Courtney. And this is her card. So, oh, and here's her social media She is at Petunia Knits on Instagram. So yeah, follow her. She has so many great yarns, so many great yarns. I'm definitely going to be making another purchase from her. And then she gave me these little stitch markers as well. So there's like these two just little like circles with little beads on them, and then there's also this one, which is a little key, which I love. So crinkle crinkle again. Okay, so I originally went to her shop because I had already been following her, and she, you know, self-promoting like one does, and she had these two colors together. And the name of them, so first I'll prelude by saying that we are big Alabama fans, Alabama football fans in my family, especially me and my mom, because she also went to Alabama. Okay, she went to Alabama, and then I got hooked, and now I'm in Alabama. So, yeah, roll tide. But anyway, so the name of these colorways are so perfect: Crimson and Elephant. And as soon as I read the caption on the picture of these two, I said, oh my gosh, Mom would love this. And then I said, oh my gosh, no, she would. And so I for once, I actually went to the shop with the purpose of buying something to make someone else something. This is not for me. And as much as I want it to be, this is not for me. And so this actually could have gone in Craven It. I'm thinking about, this will be one of her Christmas presents. And I'm thinking about making the Traveling Landscape shawl by Sarah Shira. I think I'm saying that, Shira, not sure. But correct me if I'm wrong, Sarah. But she is half of the Imagined Landscapes podcast. She and her sister, Katie, who is either KT, like the full like spelled out version, or she is literally KD. I'm not sure. I went to her Ravelry page. She's Rora, RORA 114, and I'll put it on the screen. But that's her handle on both Instagram and Ravelry. And so I looked it up on Ravelry because, you know, I like to like add podcasters that I watch or listen to my friends list on Ravelry, and in the name section it just says K, and it's like an uppercase K and a lowercase D, and I was really confused. So correct me on that too, Sarah. Which one is it? Just, you know, curious minds. But yeah, so go listen to their podcast. It's Imagined Landscapes podcast. They're an audio podcast, and I love it. But so Sarah designed the Traveling Landscape shawl, and her colors that she used were red and gray, which is why I think I immediately thought of that pattern. But that's kind of a little bit of Craven It, because I'm really looking forward to doing that for her, for my mom. And then so while I was there, you know, I had to get something for me, and so I got this beauty, and the colorway name is Galaxy, and I didn't show the other ones, but the colorway name is Galaxy, again, 75-25 base. And so I just love, this is very true to color. I'm really excited about this too. Also not sure what it will be. And so then, she also, in our little, in the package, she sent a little thank you card, which I thought was so sweet, and she wrote a nice little note to me, which I read, and, you know, just, again, the generosity of the knitting community, which also shows in the fact that Courtney has nicely offered, just amazing, she's offered to give you all a coupon code for her shop. So she said she'll leave it up for a week, and it'll either start today or tomorrow. I'm not sure if she's already activated it on her shop. So her shop is Rita May Yarns. It's there at the bottom. RitaMayYarns.com. So head over there. She'll have the coupon code up for a week, and it's for 15% off your entire purchase. And the code is Ladywing Craft. And I'll pop it down here so you can see it. But yeah, so head over there and show Courtney some love. We had a little chat for a while before she even offered that. So thank you again, Courtney. You know, just the generosity. Oh my gosh, guys. So, are you guys ready? Because I was very true to my word. This was actually the very first thing that I got that came after the first podcast that I wanted to show you all. And I made myself wait because I knew if I took all this yarn out of this box, I was not going to be able to find it again. Because it was just like going to be everywhere. And so I said, I know I need to show it on the podcast. I'm going to leave it in this box. I'm not going to touch it. I let myself like take out just the first layer of yarn. Yes, the first layer. And you know, like ooh and ah, and then I put it all back the way it was, and I sat the box in a corner and I didn't touch it. So this is the most exciting thing for me to finally get to show. So I ordered this from Lavender Lune Yarn Company. And this is her little card. I love this. It's so cute. And there is the shop. And I love it. And she is an Etsy shop as well. So most of these people you can find all in one place, which is really dangerous. Especially now that Etsy like has that feature to like check out of every shop all at the same time instead of doing each individual shop. You just like hit one button. That's so dangerous. But yeah, so so Samantha had a shop update coming one Sunday night, and to help kind of clear out inventory before that shop update, she said, "Oh hey, here's a coupon." And so I went and bought yarn. And because I wanted the coupon code, and the code was ending before, like right before the shop update. So I got yarn that first time, and then I knew I was going to end up going back for the shop update. So she sweetly combined shipping, thank you. But so then I went back and ordered like the same exact amount again the next day, and it was a lot of money, but I'm happy, or I will be when I start knitting it, because I love her yarn. But you want to see the yarn, right? So let's show the yarn. So everything else is full skeins, but I did get some minis. So these are my favorites. I love this. This is, and you can see it here. I'll hold it up so you can see it. This is the Hillbilly Hootenanny colorway, which is just hilarious to me. I love it for the name alone. Oh my gosh, that's honestly kind of why I bought it, just because of the name, because it's so funny. But I love this colorway, so I loved it so much that I had to get two. It was great. She only had 3 in the shop, and I was like, sorry, but I need 2. Because this is just awesome. So, well, mostly because these are 20-gram mini skeins. And mostly I got 2 because I wanted to maybe do something like in a pair of socks with them. But I also knew that my Cozy Memories blanket would take a little under 10 grams, so half of one will be in the blanket, and then the rest of it I can use for something else. So I got that. So there's that colorway just a little closer so you can see it. It's super pretty. So I got those. Set these over here, and then I got this one, which is named Fall Walk, and you've already heard my whole speech about Thanksgiving and fall and why I love it. So it said Fall Walk, and I was like, yeah, sure, I need this one. So here it is. This is really pretty. That's a little truer to color there. And then she also attached this little Vampire Progress Keeper, which I actually already have one of from another order. That's right here, yeah. And it's got a little red little connector on it, and the other one, has a purple one on it. So just little vampire teeth for Halloween. And then I also got this tonal blue, which is called Twilight. I've really been trying to buy some more tonal and solid minis for socks now that I mean, even before I was doing Afterthought heels, it's just nice because eventually I'll want to do cuffs and toes in another color. So I'll kind of have some stuff to do that with. So those are all the minis I got, and everything else is a full skein. So, to finish off this first layer, sorry guys, I'm like looking for something because I'm super excited to see it, and I know that it's in here. Ooh, okay. I'm gonna focus. That's how excited I've been, guys, and now that I'm like letting myself look through the box, I'm just really excited. But oh my gosh, okay, so this one, I love this one so much just because it's the perfect color. Oh my gosh, no. Okay, no, it's showing up really well. So this is called Smashing Pears. Oh my gosh. Guys, this is it's the green and it is not showing up as perfect, but I think you guys can kind of see this literally is the color of pears. It just makes me so happy. Let me see if I can. No, it's just blowing out really bad. But you can kind of see like the hints of the light green right there of a pear. And it's like all back here too. And just like the brown speckles. Oh my gosh, I love this. So I'm gonna have a lot of fun. I actually do have a color in mind that I want to put with it, but I haven't even ordered it yet. And it's not from her shop, it's from another, but I've already kind of been thinking about what I want to put with this. So then this other one is They're Here, which I think was one of her Halloween colorways, but I'm not sure. And so there's this colorway, and it's just really dark blues and some blacks and a dark purple with some grays over in there. So I love this. And I think my mom has already claimed this one because she really wants a pair of fingerless mitts. So, but that's fine because I got that Galaxy from Rita May, and they're kind of the same like color scheme. And I kind of like that this one's a little more muted too. So this one will probably go to my mom. Okay, second layer. You ready, guys? Second layer. Okay. So, oh no, this is it. Okay, those need to go together. Okay. So, this is Velvet Twig. And it's just this really pretty maroon with purples over in there and some really dark speckles. There are kind of some red speckles too that are hidden over in here. But I love this. This is just super pretty. So I don't know what this will be. But I have a lot of this color or a decent bit of this color in my wardrobe, so I know that this will match something. And maybe eventually I might even have to like order a sweaters quantity of this because, like I said, I just have a lot that goes with it. And kind of along that same color scheme, this is Oddball number 35. So that's just what she calls the colorways and the skeins that she's just kind of playing around, or maybe they didn't end up like she wanted them to. So that's this one, number 35, and oh my gosh, I love it. It's, you know, the same kind of color scheme. This one's got grays in it though, which kind of provide like a blank space, like a refresher in there. And I don't know why I'm sitting these down here, but okay, next one is Sea Donkey. I love this name. It's called Sea Donkey, and I think this was from the first like purchase that I did from her, because I was looking around my stash, which is in the next room, and I realized, like, I was reorganizing, and I realized that I don't knit or have a lot of blues and greens, like those cooler colors. So I really like have been paying attention to buying, and now that I'm like paying attention, I'm like, oh, that's a really pretty blue, I want that, or oh, I love this green, let me buy that. And so next, I actually think that I'm gonna have to like go back to the reds and the oranges and the autumnals that I really like. Maybe it depends on after everything else that I've ordered gets here. Because because I've been ordering a lot of like fall colorways, so I might have to keep up with the blues and greens, and I think I need to actually add some more purple. But anyway, all to say, that's how this one ended up in my basket. And again, like it's showing up as like a gray with blue stripes, but this is actually that grayish area that you're seeing is more of a green. Yeah, it's just not showing up very well. Greens do not show up very well on this camera, but it's got like a light green area to it as well. I love this. So this is going to be really fun to knit up. And then I also got this, which is, oh, so this is Sturgeon Moon, which if you follow Samantha on Instagram, she's at Lavender Lune Yarn Co. Or maybe just at Lavender Lune Yarn. It's one of those. But she is doing a Harvest Moon like year-long club, but like you buy for each month and not for like 3 months or not for the whole year. You buy it each month. And I am not big on surprises, so I just wait. She always after she sends every one of them, and she like goes, oh hey, here was the colorway and these are in the shop. That's when I usually go get them, just because I'm not really big on surprises, just in case I don't like it. So this is the August. She started in August. So this is the August colorway, and it's Sturgeon Moon. And so it's just this really pretty green with these blues over in it, and like the black speckles and like the little dead space. I love this. So, oh my gosh, I cannot hold anything today, guys, but I love this. This is gonna be really awesome. And again, kind of the same thing that I was saying with Smashing Pairs. The colorway that I'm thinking about possibly ordering, it would really match this well. So that might have a project to it soon. And so this next one, well, where's the other? Because, okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and show this one. So I was saying about the yarn club that she's doing with Harvest Moon. So that was the Sturgeon Moon for August. September's colorway I did not get, because it looked a lot like, if you've seen episode 1, with the, well, actually, I'm not sure if that's the exact yarn it looks like. But anyway, the color scheme that was in the yarn for September, I was just like, I have already said that I'm really trying to buy more blues and greens and get away from those colors, which sucks because these colors aren't coming around until next year if she doesn't redo them. And my goal is to like have all 12 months, which, sucks, but oh well. So I don't have September, but this is October, and it is the Hunter Moon. So there's the name. And like I said, this is for October. And oh my gosh, this is super pretty. I love it. This is just super variegated. It's blues and greens and reds, and it's everything. It's just awesome. So I'm really liking this one. It's just super variegated. And then, oh my gosh, and I love this one for the same exact reason, that it's just super variegated and pops of color and lovely. So this is Salt and Gingham. And so this is that color. And I love like this pop of yellow with like this deep red and the burgundy and like the super bright pop of blue. That's really what just makes it for me. So I love this. And how, like, again, you can't see it too well, but there are like some greens right here and this dark black section. It's just a great mix of pops of color, and like, oh my gosh, like this yellow turns into like this orange, and it's awesome. So I love that. And then I also got, this is Dirty Pop, and this one, again, just beautiful pops of color. This giant streak of orange with the little black speckles and the greens and blues that are on it. Like there are little pops of pink and purple down here, and I love it. These are going to be so much fun to knit up. And I have no idea what they're going to be yet, so we'll see. And then I got 2 skeins of this colorway. This was actually by accident. So the colorway is called In the Meantime, and it's this very neutral base with gray and like black areas here. There's like little bits of like this yellow on this end. And like right here, I had never even noticed these. They're like little speckles of other colors right there. Like you can kind of see the reds and the blues, and they're just really pretty. So like I said, I accidentally, oh, you might even be able to see the speckles better there. Yeah. So I accidentally got 2 skeins of this because, so, you know, I made 2 purchases like in 2 days, basically back to back, and I did not remember that I had ordered a skein in the first one. So when I ordered the first time, I was looking at it and I was like, oh my gosh, I love this. And I was like, man, what are the chances that mom is going to ask me to make her something in this colorway? Because this is right up her alley, kind of those neutral tones that can really go with a lot of your wardrobe. And so I was like, maybe I should get 2 skeins. And I said, you know, like I can't afford it. She'll understand. And this is just going to be mine. And then, so apparently I ordered one. And then somehow the next day I completely forgot that I thought that I hadn't ordered it. And so I put it in my cart and like hit buy and like never checked or anything because I didn't even think about it. And then I was like talking to someone about the yarn that I ordered, and I like went back on the purchase and was looking at it, and like one of them was like the first skein in the list on one and the last skein in the list on the other, so they were right next to each other. And I was like, oh crap, I ordered 2, but it's okay. In the event that my mom does ask for something, I have 2 skeins, and so there will still be a skein for me. And in the event that she doesn't ask for anything, this might actually become my Tegna. Because I love this colorway. It's just super neutral. And it does go with a lot. So, mom, don't ask for this. And actually, no, don't ask for this because I already have your yarn and that's what you're getting for Christmas. So, this is mine. And eventually, it will become a Tegna. Awesome. Because I really want to knit that pattern. I love it so much. So that's that. And this is the last, oh my gosh, guys, finally, the very last skein in this box is, what is this? Nonatus House. Nonatus House. That's how it's spelled there. And it's just, again, me trying to accomplish blues. It's a blue and a gray color scheme with these black speckles that you're seeing over in here. So just another simple colorway that can go with a lot. Yeah, so that is it for acquisitions. And I think that's everything. Oh, I did want to mention I put on, wow, I could not get my brain together just then. But so last week I was talking to you guys about the Harry Potter Knitting and Crochet House Cup, which is a group on Ravelry. And I kind of tried to give an explanation, but it was probably like really jumbled, and honestly, I'm gonna say this now, it's very difficult to kind of wrap your mind around when you go in the group and like look at it and stuff. It can be pretty confusing. So I really encourage you to just like get into some threads with the people that are on there and just talk to them and kind of participate as a not quite first year in the next term. But I wanted to mention that if you did want a much better explanation, like the basic rundown of kind of what happens and kind of how you play along, go check out the Imagine Landscapes podcast, which I mentioned earlier, with Sarah and Katie. Again, it's an audio podcast, but go check them out. Episode 3 is where they give a really good rundown of like what classes are, what you do for them, like the prompts, and they kind of talk like the very basics about some of the advanced studies, so your owls and your newts that I mention a lot. So go over there and check them out if you were really confused. And honestly, you might still be really confused, but their explanation, I think, is a little bit better. So, yeah, that's what I wanted to say about that. And that is it for this week, guys, which is good because it's been almost 2 hours now. So I hope you have an awesome week, and thank you so much for coming back and watching, or for coming over for the first time if you're a new viewer. Be sure to hit the subscribe button below if you like my channel. And yeah, I'll hopefully see you guys next week. Bye!